Alright, hey guys, you ready to do some more little CD unboxing stuff? Let's see here, let's see where we left off here. Okay, so hold on a sec. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, so this is a Metallica album I haven't listened to, but all I know is that the cover is very, very disgusting. And I don't know if this is kind of when Metallica started releasing albums that weren't that great, but I just know this cover is very disgusting. So if you don't know what the cover's of, basically it's it doesn't really look gross. If you maybe just looks like porcelain glass or something, I don't know. But this is basically a bunch of cow blood mixed with semen, like sperm. Basically what the cover is. But I'm assuming that's why it's called Load. CD is not in here, but and I don't know what happened. This originally belonged to my dad. He must have gotten the CD all wet or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I have not listened to this album though. I'm maybe give it a listen and decide whether or not I want to toss it in the CDs I don't like or not, because I know that Metallica released a lot of crappy stuff later into their career. Especially Lulu, that's one of the worst metal albums I've ever listened to. Lulu. And it even features Lou Reed, which is singer of Velvet Underground, but it was awful. And State Anger is really bad too. Those are definitely the worst ones. Alright, this one's Damned Torpedoes by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Now, he died last year, I believe. And I actually like a solo album he did more than this, but I don't really listen to a lot of Heartland rock, but him and also Bruce Springsteen are ones that I kind of listen to a lot. My mom actually kind of introduced me to him, actually. I enjoy his music. He's not one that I listen to a whole lot, but I enjoy his music. Out of his band's albums, this one's my favorite, but he did a solo album called Full Moon Fever, I think is the name of it, that I enjoy more than this, but this is a good album anyway, though. Probably my second favorite Heartland rock musician after Bruce Springsteen. It's pretty hard to beat. Alright, this one's Incesticide by Nirvana, and I have not listened to this, but I believe this is a compilation of like stuff they did before they were signed to a label. I'm not quite sure. It's maybe what it is. I think it's like a compilation album, but I think I'm not sure what it's either a compilation album of obviously not unreleased material, but it's like a compilation of, assuming just like stuff that they released before they were signed to a label, I would assume. Maybe like EPs or something, but maybe you need to follow Nirvana's discography a bit more. But I love Nirvana though. Maybe I'll have to get this a shot. I've heard of it, I just never looked into it. That's one of my dad's CDs. Okay, this one is Year Zero by Nine Inch Nails. This is one of the more underrated albums, I think. This was actually my favorite Nine Inch Nails album for a tiny bit. And I actually own the vinyl of this, and the vinyl is very, very rare. Hard to find. And it's also the purchase I regret the most. As now I don't really listen to a whole lot anymore, but they're also reissuing it. I have this super expensive record they're probably going to do a better reissue of it with extra stuff, and I'm stuck with the over $100 record that I won off eBay. Oh well. But this is still a good album, Year Zero. It's like a cyberpunk, post-apocalyptic, political themed album, I'd say. Best way to describe it, I suppose. Okay. Here's another group that I listened to as a kid that I still kind of listen like a lot now. So this is My Chemical Romance with Black Parade. And this is my favorite album by them. They're probably one of my favorite pop punk bands, I'd probably say. And Welcome to the Black Parade is still my favorite by them, I would probably say. Really, one of my favorite pop punk songs, too. But this album's really great. They kind of have a really kind of edgy fan base with singing kids and all that stuff, but they're actually a pretty great group, My Chemical Romance. Oh, here we go. I think I actually own a shirt by them too, I think. I don't listen to them a whole lot anymore, but I do enjoy the music though. Alright, let's see here. Alright, this one's the most overrated Nirvana album. Still a good album though, but I think In Utero is a lot better than this, but this is still a decent album though, but this, yeah, Nevermind. This one has like Smells Like Teen Spirit on here, and Bloom, and I think In Bloom is probably my favorite song off of this, I'd probably say. And this is still a great album though. I just feel like it's definitely, I feel like In Utero is so much better than this one, but it's still a good album though. An iconic cover too. Alright, let me put this back. Okay. I don't know if you can hear my dog crying downstairs. Okay, so this is Rubber Soul by the Beatles. And I actually did own a different copy of this. And if you notice, this one looks different than my other Beatles albums, so I'll tell you why. So I don't know why, but when I was in high school, I would bring the CDs to school. And I brought the Rubber Soul CD, and someone stole it. I'm assuming someone stole it because I had it with me on this desk, and it was gone. And I knew where it was when I went to go, and so I'm assuming someone stole. I don't know where it could have gone because I guess someone basically stole it, and I was so mad, but I went and bought another one. So that worked out, I guess. But this one has "In My Life" on it. That's one of my favorite Beatles songs. I'd say this is probably one of their more underrated albums. I'd probably say too. This is actually a pretty good album. Rubber Soul is not one of their more well-known, but it's still pretty good. Well, I mean, I guess it is one of their more well-known, but it's not out of their. It's not as well-known as like Sgt. Pepper's or like Abbey Road or Revolver or something like that, you know. But there's some pretty good songs on this. I'm not saying it's as good as like the White Album or Abbey Road or Revolver, but it's still a good release. Alright, okay, this is an album I never listened to. I've actually never even seen the movie, but this is just a CD my mom owns. And I'm assuming that this is just a greatest. Well, I mean, it's not. I don't know, but it's probably a bunch of artists probably made songs for this. I'm not sure, but I know Nine Inch Nails made a song for this movie though. I've never seen it. I don't know if I ever will, but maybe in the future. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's going to be on my really big watch list. So I'll say that much. But I think I heard that the person who played like the antagonist or something like that. I think I heard that he there was a scene where he was supposed to be shot at, and they had a real gun. And when they went to shoot at him, I think it was actually Bruce Lee's son, I think, they accidentally, like, they fired the gun, but it was actually loaded, so he was actually killed on set by accident. Which is one of the tragic things and, like, events that happen during filming, so that's unfortunate. Come on. Okay, here's another album I grew up listening to as a kid that I still absolutely love. This album's awesome. So this is Toxicity by System of a Down, and a lot of people kind of can call this kind of like a nu metal album. I would consider it to be not really a nu metal album, but I can understand why some people might consider it to be one. But it's definitely an alternative metal album though. But they're from California, but every single one of the members are from Armenia. But I think vocalist, I think all the members I think the vocalist is from Lebanon, but he probably grew up somewhere in Armenia. But yeah, they're very politically themed, and everyone kind of has heard like the song Chop Suey, I feel like. But yeah, this album's really good. This is such a fun and like this is really a really great release. And Serge Tankian, I think that's his name. He has a really good voice too. Like, it really kind of reminds me of You know, like in Dead Kennedys, where he almost sounds like he's like a announcer or something like that voice. It's it's interesting. You got sports and commentator or something. All right, what is this? All right, I gotta admit, I'm with Grateful Dead. This is just something that my grandpa got me, but I'm not sure if this is the greatest hits or not. But I'm gonna go for it anyway. I'm familiar a bit with Grateful Dead, but I've only really listened to their live albums. Like they did a live in Europe. That's actually one of my favorite jam band albums, I'd probably say. And we'll go for this CD. We'll do this CD and then one more, and then we'll call it quits for the day. But it's been a while since I listened to that album live in Europe, and they also did Live 77. I forgot the name of it. There's their first live album is also another one I listened to. But I'm not super familiar with Grateful Dead, but I do enjoy their live work. I never listened to their studio albums though, but although I have heard a few songs from their studio recordings, but I don't know. I feel like I really like a lot of like live editions of jam bands like Allman Brothers and stuff like that. You know. All right, this is the last CD I'll do for the day. All right, this is 10 by Pearl Jam. This was originally, I think, belonged to my dad. Although I could be wrong. The CD is not in here, but probably in that thing. But this is one of my favorite grunge releases, I'll probably say. And I think Eddie Vedder actually did a really good soundtrack album too. I think this is a little folds out into a poster. And they're from Seattle, like a lot of their grungers are. Let's see here. Kind of reminds me of Portishead a bit, the P. But I mean, it's supposed to be the Pearl Jam thing, but I don't know. Oh, that folds different. Let me try to pull it right. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to think of what. It's been a while since I listened to this. Let me see. Even Blow. That's it. The song Black. That's probably my favorite off of this. I'd probably say. All right, but yeah, that's about it. That's what we're going to do for today.